Entry and exit tones are off. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. If you are in the Kaizen Academy, you got your replay yesterday or the night before, and you also got the cheat sheet that we promised you with these 4 different types of personalities, how you present to them, phrases to use when you present, as well as phrases to avoid when you're talking to them. And then, of course, I gave you a bunch of phrases you can use to upsell. Okay, then, young Coco in the house. I'm real glad you're here, Miss Oliver. I really think that this is going to help a lot of us become better leaders. I was just really thinking about it last night because it's the first of the month. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're in a home-based business, last night was when it all went down, right? Last night was that moment in time where you get to choose your own destiny. But as we all know, the will to win is really the will to prepare. The will to win is really the will to prepare. Can somebody throw that in the comments for me? And then we're going to get busy. We're going to get busy. Rep your city. Let them know what kind of business you have. Let them know how you help people. Because today we're talking about 7 ways to become a better leader. 7 ways that anyone can become a better leader. You know, like, comment, share. Miss Gloria in the house. I love it. I love it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Becoming a great leader doesn't have to be this soul searching journey. You know what I mean? A lot of leadership is really about this idea that you're putting others' needs before your own. Leaders always eat last, as Simon Sinek puts it. And that's kind of a trippy concept because a lot of times in our mind when we was like, boss, you know, and I'm the biggest boss, you was thinking about how you was eating, right? But that's not leadership. The whole idea of leadership is that you are making sure you take care of your people first. A boss is one who guarantees we gonna eat. You know what I mean? That's a boss. Are you a boss? Are you a leader? Check it out. Leadership does not have to depend on some kind of natural charisma. It doesn't have to depend on you going through this soul-searching journey. As a matter of fact, leadership can be a lot more simple than that. What if there were simple, methodical, relatively easy tasks that you could implement in your own life, different habits that you could use to refine yourself as a leader and make it so you're an authority in the space that you take up? Appreciate that share, Miss Elaine, Yvette. Appreciate that. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to give you 7 relatively simple tasks that you can employ that are going to skyrocket your ability to lead. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying to you, Erica? That's exactly right, Queen. Take care of your people. Take care of your people. Appreciate those shares, Miss Kim Connor. Appreciate those shares. All right, y'all. So if you're ready for the 7 that I got for you, then give me a actively listen and then give me a share. That's number 1. Actively listen. Now, this is something that my therapist has been working on me with. Appreciate that, Sabrina. Because as a winter personality type, I am not the best listener. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I'd been messing up relationships. Like, I was having a deep conversation with my ex-wife not too long ago. And she was like, I was like, man, maybe I'm just like my father, too cold. You know what I mean? And she's like, nah, I don't know if you've ever been cold. The whole thing was nobody could never tell you nothing. And I was like, oh, right. Appreciate that share, Sade. Check it out. Do you actively listen? Do you actively listen? This is a crucial skill for anybody who's in a collaborative work environment. I don't care if you're doing a part-time business. I don't care if you're in the workplace trying to get a promotion, trying to really earn what it is you deserve. Appreciate that share, Jamie. But engaging with your followers, engaging with your teammates, engaging with your counterparts so that you show that you truly hear what they're saying is one of the best ways to build these powerful bonds. It's one of the best ways to build rapport. If you're a member of the Kaizen Academy, you understand it's almost like a superpower because now they're telling you exactly what they need. But check it out. Appreciate that share, Corey. Active listening as a leader is not just about listening to people when they happen to holler at you. They happen to pull you aside like, man, I really need to pull your coat about something. That's not the real power of leadership, right, Jessica? The real power of leadership is when you go out of your way to ask people what they think, right? You go out of your way to hear what your people think, whether they volunteered it or not. You pull them aside individually. I want to challenge you. When is the last time you pulled somebody aside to ask them their opinion on what was going on? Let me see it in the comments who you pulled aside. Let me see it in the comments. I want you to think this out actively. You got followers. I don't care if it's your little brother or your little sister. You got followers. I don't care if it's that new employee who just came to the job when you've been there for months. You've got followers. I don't care if you're talking about your downline in a home-based business. Check this out. You've got followers. I don't care if they're your counterparts, but that you're really good at something that they're trying to work on. Let me see it in the comments if you have pulled somebody aside and asked them what they think. Check this out. They'll feel valued. They'll feel closer to you. You'll have the opportunity to gain all kinds of jewels from the conversation. You hear me? Keep your mind open. Keep your ears open. I like that, Jackie G. She said 2 weeks ago and yesterday. I'm loving that, Queen. You know what I mean? Chanel said her kids. I like that. I like that. I guarantee you that's boosting their self-esteem, Chanel. That's how it goes. Keep your mind open. Keep your ears open. And then here's what you're doing with that. Because nobody says monkey see, monkey do. You're actively encouraging them to do the same thing. You're setting up a culture. You get what I'm saying to you? Encourage your staff to do the same, leading by example. Leading by example, King. Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right, if you're ready for number 2, somebody put tell your story and then give me a share. Tell your story and then give me a share. I love that, Miss Connor. Somebody give me tell your story and then give me a share. Let's go, Vita Lachey. Tell your story. See, because this is the first day of Black History Month, right? But I don't want you to get it twisted. This is really about Black future. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Got a little Huey P. Got a little Steve Biko. Got a little Malcolm. Appreciate that share, Jamila. Got a little Garvey. You know what I mean? But when you pass, will they have you on a t-shirt like this with other great people? Or are you just going to be dust? Are you going to have no legacy at all because all you cared about was yourself? I want you to think about that. You realize right now you're the matriarch of your family, don't you, ladies? Because of this internet generation, fellas, you are the patriarch of your entire family. Your great-great-great-grandchildren are going to be able to see what you was talking about thanks to the internet. You dig? What are you doing to be a better leader? So when I say tell your story, I'm telling you that it's a valuable marketing tool that most people don't employ. My mentor always says, never make a point without a story and never tell a story without making a point. Storytelling is an OG classic because it combines entertainment and education. Storytelling is the original edutainment. Do you hear me? This means it's valuable in personal relationships. This means it's valuable in work relationships. This means it's valuable in leadership environments. Because when you're addressing somebody new and you use a story as a way to introduce yourself, you just now got their attention, right? Now you're summing up your style real quick and with some sauce on it, right? Now you're letting them know your goals, right? But you did it in a brief narrative so they actually listened. Am I making sense? When you gather your followers together and you speak to them as a group, use a story. Don't just kick it with them with facts. I try to do that in my Instagram. What? Stories. You notice they call them Instagram stories, right? Because you immediately gain people's attention and you keep them invested in your premise because everybody loves a good story. In the Kaizen Academy this weekend, we talked about that a little something. I'm going to do a whole training on just 1-minute stories and 2-minute stories because the whole idea, y'all, is that once they ask you, Well, how does it work? And then you hit them with, well, here's a short story. They automatically start smiling. You're building rapport. They're like, this person gets me. I did not have time for a 45-minute presentation where I'm not allowed to interrupt, right? You can use stories from your past. You can use hypothetical stories to illustrate potential solutions, right? Right now in the comments, everybody give me one of your favorite stories that you tell. Right now in the comments, everybody give me one of your favorite stories to tell. A good way to learn how to tell stories is to read more books. Let me see what kind of stories. Let me see what kind of stories y'all got. Y'all ever heard me tell the story about the hunter? Y'all ever heard me tell the story? Jamila, you done heard me tell the story about the farmer and the dog. Y'all know that one? What about the story of the hunter and the exotic bird? Y'all done heard me tell that one? The story of the 5 talents. Y'all done heard me tell that one? The Bible is full of stories. The Quran is full of stories. How many of these stories do you use, y'all? This is especially valuable to leaders because you can now present pretty complex information in direct, simple, and personal ways, right? Going from homeless to homeowner, right? How I overcame shyness. Any metaphor that enhances the point at hand. Let's go. The story of Job. Woo! You hear me? Yes, Miss Oliver. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Lot's wife story. Let's go. The Bible ain't nothing but a big old book about entrepreneurship. The Quran ain't nothing but a big old book about entrepreneurship. The Bhagavad Gita. In Hebrew, businessman, the word for businessman translates to man of faith. If that don't tell you the scripture is telling you to be a better businessman or businesswoman, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see we're using a lot of personal stories. That's good. All right, check this out. If you're ready for number 3, somebody give me express your gratitude and a share. Express your gratitude and then give me a share. This is number 3. Yeah. My credit score went up 180 points in 6 months after following simple steps. Now, all my Kaizen Academy members know what he should say after that will instantly create a prospect. Y'all see what Michael Joe just now did right there? Who in the Kaizen Academy knows what he's supposed to do next? Who in the Kaizen Academy knows what he's supposed to do next? Just give me some fire emojis if you know what he's supposed to do next. There's a simple phrase that Michael Joe could add onto the end of that instantly will turn the person listening into a prospect. Is that cold? All right. Number 3, express your gratitude. Take the time to express your gratitude, y'all, to your employees, to your followers on social media. Man, you could individually thank different other workers for doing a great job. You could regularly thank the people on your Facebook for just following you and checking you out and engaging you, right? It doesn't matter how you choose to express that gratitude. It just matters that you choose to express that gratitude. Just the act of expression can make you a better leader. It makes people feel appreciated. Simply telling them thank you for a job well done is a game changer. It can do wonders for a person's morale, wonders for a person's motivation, wonders for a person's positivity. The second thing you're doing when you express gratitude is you're setting one heck of an example. You're setting the culture and the tone for the environment. Now people are looking to you to set the tone for the environment. You just made yourself the leader. You get what I mean? Establishing this air of gratitude. Imagine that. You walk in and you're the personal assistant of the boss, and you're the one thanking the secretary for doing a great job. Do you understand what kind of power you just now called into yourself? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all see that? And I kind of did that in story form, if you notice. Imagine I walk in. I'm the personal assistant of the boss, right? I'm nothing but his PA. Not nothing but, because every job has nobility in it. But I'm saying I'm the one thanking the waiter. I'm the one thanking the waitress, like, what an incredible job you did. I really love the way you made sure our glass was never empty. I really love the way you put these napkins down each time with such precision. You are incredible. Do you see what I just did? I just became the leader in that environment. Establishing this air of gratitude makes people more positive. It makes people more humble, right? It makes you more humble in your effort. And then here's the third thing for it, man. it actually, believe it or not, makes you happier and more positive in your own life. It's giving you a better experience in your leadership journey, because now you're like, dang, you counting your blessings instead of your burdens. You hear me? If you're ready for number 4, I got 3 more for you. If you're ready for number 4, yeah, let's go, King. I'm supposed to, baby. Yeah, Ashley, I love it. Here's number 4. Help people understand their strengths. Help people understand their strengths. This is a leadership. This is something you can do to improve your leadership. Listen to me. You got 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. Do the math. Maybe you should be listening and watching twice as much as you talk. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? So check it out. Number 4 is help people understand their strengths. Help people understand their strengths. What do we mean by that? Everybody has strengths. Everybody has weaknesses. Yeah, facts. Everybody has strengths. Everybody has weaknesses. Y'all get me? Now, y'all supposed to be giving me a share too, right, Miss Oliver? Not just, right? You heard me, Chanel. All right, check it out. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. And if you take action to help people understand their strengths, you just made yourself a leader. You just established yourself as a better leader. Like if you notice a worker and it's struggling with one set of tasks, but breezing through the other set, maybe you point it out to them. Maybe you pointed out to management, and maybe you help orchestrate them getting a workload that balances more favorably to that person's strengths. Some people on your team are real good at bringing people in. Some people on your team are real good at training people. Stop confusing the two. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And this is valuable for a bunch of reasons, y'all. This is valuable for a bunch of reasons. First, it makes people feel noticed. Let's go, JG. Let's go, Jamila. Appreciate those shares. This is valuable for several reasons, y'all. Because 1, you're making people feel noticed and valuable. That motivates them to perform their best because now you don't work your opinion into their self-image. You hear me? Somebody say, now my opinion becomes part of their self-image. My opinion becomes part of their self-image. I love that, Jackie. I love that. I encourage my sister-in-law to envision herself getting a job versus asking me to pray for her so she can understand her own power. Now, here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. When I congratulate that person for being such an incredible waiter, you know what I just did? My opinion just worked itself into their self-image. Here's the second thing. It sets you up as an authority in the space. People need a leader who can direct them, right? Everybody wants to grow. Even a plant in a dark room is leaning towards the light. You know why bananas are curved? Because even the bottom of the banana wants some sun. Everybody wants to grow. Everything wants to grow. People need a leader who can direct them and help them grow. So demonstrate that ability whenever you can. And then the last part about it, y'all, is it helps you build a successful team gradually by always helping people find the best roles within their organization. Over time, all members of the team will feel like they're exactly where they belong. Here's number 5, try something new. Yeah, JG, well said, my brother. Appreciate that share, Michael Joe. Appreciate that share, King. Here's number 5, try something new. Somebody say try something new and give me a share. Try something new and give me a share. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, check it out. This one's kind of deep, right? Because consistency is going to be a part of your regimen. Consistency is going to be a part of your regimen. I like that, Keontis. A little pancakes do wonders. A couple pancakes do wonders, don't it? That was being a leader, Keontis. I love it. So number 5 was try something new. Because check it out. Consistency is an important element of great leadership because now they can trust that you're going to be there at that certain time, right? It sets this familiar, predictable standard. A lot of times, trust is predictability. But with that said, it's also very important to try new things. Because a lot of times, you don't know what you like. You just like what you know. Sometimes these new things are procedures. Sometimes these new things are a new employee. Sometimes these new things are taking a current employee and moving them to a new position. Sometimes these new things are ideas for products or ideas for marketing strategies. The element of newness is what drives your business forward. Somebody give me this in the notes. You don't get rich off what you know. You get rich off what you learn. You don't get rich off what you know. You get rich off what you learn. So when you integrate these new ideas, you start to discover processes that are no longer relevant. Every 3 to 5 years, 80% of your current knowledge becomes obsolete. You got to be open to new ideas. You have to be open to ways to improve your image. And check it out. Being open to new ideas does exactly that. It improves your image as a leader. It shows you're innovative. It shows you're willing to take risks. And that alone will increase the amount of respect that your followers have for you. Number 6 is simplify something, right? Go out your way to simplify something once a week, right? It can be a complicated procedure. It can be a wordy email. It can be a messy office. Maybe your bedroom need a little straightening. You hear me? The act of simplification is incredible for leadership because it encourages you to look at old problems in new ways. And it sets this standard of Kaizen. This Kaizen standard. That's right, Mark Bates. Let them know, bro. And congratulations on a great presentation last night, King. Check it out, y'all. Now, all of a sudden, you're implementing Kaizen into your life. Somebody say Kaizen, 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 constant and never-ending improvement. And this is going to become infectious. This is going to become infectious. You hear me? Now you're helping your followers realize what's overcomplicated in their spaces, right? Now you're establishing this environment that encourages other people to do the same, AKA leadership. And then this is the last one I got for you, man. We ran way over today, but I hope you got something from this. I hope you got something from this. Yeah, Kaizen, constant and never-ending improvement, Kaizen. That's right. You don't get rich off what you know. You get rich off what you learn. Let's go. Kaizen. Constant and never-ending improvement. Kaizen. Here's number 7. Get involved at the ground level. Get involved at the ground level. That's the last one I got for you this morning. One of the best actions you can take as a leader is getting involved on the ground floor. You hear me? If you're this popular social media influencer, take the time to have conversations with your regular engaged followers, right? If you're the president of some big company, get a taste of what the lowest level employees are doing on a day-to-day basis. Man, at our corporate office, the very top leadership a lot of times will take calls. Now they're going to use an alias. You hear me? I don't even know if I should be sharing this. Matter of fact, scratch that. Forget you heard that. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is that even politicians a lot of times will, oh, y'all seen Undercover Boss? There you go. There's a good example. Y'all ever seen Undercover Boss? Undercover Boss, a lot of times, the CEO of the company will come down and just start doing all of these tasks right on the front lines. And now they get to learn all of this stuff their employees are going through. Doesn't that make you a better leader? Doesn't that help you connect with the common man? Doesn't that help you build real relationships with all the members of your workforce? You hear me? Appreciate that, Mimi. Hey, y'all check Mimi and the Feel Rich group out. You know what I mean? Because they definitely have an incredible event that is coming out real soon. Let them know the date, Mimi. Let them know the date. Put the website in there so we can shout that thing out. Millionaires, never let yourself climb a ladder so high that you can't see what's going on at the bottom. Never let yourself climb a ladder so high that you can't see what's going on at the bottom. My mentor's daughter shared a prayer with me that TD Jakes always says. I'm going to give it to y'all because maybe this will show you the essence of leadership. It's like, dear Lord, do not let my skills and talent take me anywhere my character can't keep me. You hear what I'm saying to you? Check it out. Leadership don't always come naturally to people. Some leaders are born, right? But most leaders are dragged to greatness, kicking and screaming due to the environment they're in. I want you to look at these days and times that we're around and ask yourself, what are you doing to meet history? Because that may be where your legacy lies. I love you all. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. We had to start off Black History Month talking about leadership, baby. But now it's time for you to lead yourself. Communication equals wealth. External communication is called influence. That's kind of what we've been talking about today, but check it out. Internal communication is called programming. You ready to do a little bit of programming, a little bit of conditioning? You know what I mean? When you commit yourself to continuous self-improvement, eventually you're going to earn the respect that you're looking for. It comes from you having the self-respect to improve yourself. And then once you earn the trust of the people around you, you'll get the respect of the people around you, and then everything else will fall in place. Repeat after me, say it like you mean it. I am